How's it going, everybody? Desir here, and we are on our Season 10 premiere episode of Cosmic Crucible. Now today I am going against Alan, and this is going to be more of a kind of an educational video. I was doing some testing on certain attacks just to kind of see right now, where it's early in the season, on what might work, what might not work type of thing. After this round, I did make some alterations to my defense because I did have a lot on offense, and it was kind of throwing me off on... I didn't want to waste a character that was there, so I did throw a lot more things on defense, so just kind of be warned on that. However, once my round 2 video gets done, I'll be able to kind of see what worked, what didn't work, and that's going to give me a lot more information for when I do my defense options video. But let's go ahead and check out my opponent today, Alan. Alan is 104 million TCPs. This is going to be a punch across for me. We are both currently in Masters 1. I did end up dropping leagues from Masters 2 to Masters 1 just because I did a little bit too much experimenting at the end of last season, just because I knew I wasn't making that top 100, so I was kind of having some more fun. That's why those videos didn't get uploaded. But let's go ahead and check out the defense to see what we're going against today. In Stage 1, they have the 2-piece Mercs for money with Zombie Juggernaut, Black Knight, and Spider-Man Noir. For Stage 2, they have the Superior 6. For Stage 3, the Spider Society with Mephisto. For Stage 4, they have the 3-piece X-Treme X-Men, they have Rogue and Dorm. For Stage 5, they have the Darkhold Daken. And for Stage 6, they have that Annihilators with Super Skrull team. So let's go ahead and start attacks. We're going to start in Stage 2, the best offense team. So we're going to end up using our Illuminati without Captain Britain. This will be able to destroy the Superior 6 very easily because the Black Panther Shuri is going to be able to take off the charges from Green Goblin Classic, ability block him, and then from there it's a very easy matchup. Black Panther Shuri is going to start the match by using the special into the Green Goblin Classic. That's going to take the charges off him and ability block him, so he won't be able to ult on turn 1. Hey Pim's going to use the ultimate. That's going to get the trauma on all the opponents, and Black Bolt Burp did end up taking out one of the members on the opposing team. Mr. Fantastic is going to use the ultimate. Again, the Black Bolt Burp takes out the Green Goblin Classic. Black Bolt's going to use the special into the Lizard, and that did end up taking out the Dog Hawk. Now we have a very easy cleanup on the Lizard and the Spider Slayer. Next up, we're going to attempt our Stage 6 matchup. Now this one here, I was doing a little bit of experimenting. The Mercs for money is a counter into the Annihilators team. However, you're going to see that this team does not work. You really need to add an Apocalypse or Ares with the Awakened passive, so that way you can get rid of the Safeguard from the Gladiator. So let's go ahead and see what happens in this matchup. Super Skrull is going to start this match off by using the special into the Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan's turn does come up. We end up using that special into the Gladiator, but because we don't have that Awakened passive on Ares or Apocalypse with us, we're still stuck on this Gladiator. So my goal was to see if I can do as much damage as I can to the supporting cast members and maybe coming in for a cleanup on this one. However, that's not going to really work well. Gore's eventually going to end up using his ultimate right here. Then Thanos Endgame is going to follow that up by the ultimate as well. And we basically wipe. So I am going to end up backing out and we're going to try something else. For the next attempt, I'm still going to try the Mercs for money. I'm going to add Dorm in here and then Captain Britain. I was hoping that Captain Britain would be able to kind of stop or slow down the Super Skrull. Maybe we can do something with the Dorm to where we can flip some of those negative effects, and Gore is still going to end up using that ultimate, taking those revived onces away, so this actually goes sideways very quickly. So I am going to end up using my Mercs for money, Apocalypse, and Red Hulk. I brought Red Hulk so I can speed up the Apocalypse, hoping to where I can get the APOC Ulta off a whole lot quicker. Another option in here instead of Red Hulk is a Daken. I think that would be another good option. Super Skrull is going to start this off by using the special into the Panda pool. Old Man Logan, we're going to end up using that special into the Gladiator, so we were able to flip those buffs, get the stun on him, and now we can actually target the Thanos endgame and use the special. Now that it's Apocalypse's turn, I decided to go with the ultimate here. However, we weren't able to flip off the stealth from the Super Skrull. So instead, we are going to end up using the Falcon Punch into the Gladiator. I want to make sure he was out of the way on this matchup. Now, because we have Deadpool and Old Man Logan with us, the Panda pool does get killed off, and he does come right back. For Deadpool, we end up using the ultimate, and we were able to kill off the Gore. Super Skrull ends up using the ultimate as well, and we did end up losing the Red Hulk. However, we pretty much had this matchup in the bag. Old Man Logan's going to use the ultimate into the Super Skrull. The Thanos endgame ends up bleeding out, and now we're going to use the Old Man Logan special to get that trauma stun on the Super Skrull, and this match is pretty much over now. Next up, we're going to go into stage 1 teamwork. We're going to end up using our Cabal team. We're going to add in Vulture and Ultimus in here. Because of those pre-taunts, Ultimus is going to go very quickly, and Vulture is able to use that special to flip any remaining taunts of the opposing pre-taunter. So there are 2 pre-taunters in this matchup. I have everybody as a striker except for Ultimus as a raider. Ultimus is going to use the ultimate into the Black Knight. The assist comes in, and we do get the kill on him very quickly. Vulture's going to use the special into the zombie Juggernaut. We're able to get off the taunt there and get him killed off. Now we can go into the Old Man Logan. Iron Patriot's going to use the special. That calls the assistant, and we get the kill on him. As you see, this matchup was very easily, and putting the Black Knight and Old Man Logan in here, I don't think is a great idea because of this. Next up, we're going to go into stage 3. We did end up doing the double sack in here, and there were comments saying just cut out the sack teams. So I'm going to give that a chance. Let me know if you guys actually prefer to show the sack teams or just go in straight and say I did a double sack in here. Regardless, we're going to use the Superior 6 as the hit into the Spider Society of Mephisto now. The Lizard will be going first here, and we're going to start by using the ultimates. That way we can strip all those positive effects away from the Spider Society team. Green Goblin Classic is going to stay targeted on the Spider-Man Pavitra and use the ultimate. That's going to do that nice turn meter rewind and get trauma out on the other side of the field, and we also get that striker hit in. Kraven's going to use the special to get that ability block on Mephisto. And Doc Ock is going to use the special to summon out the Shocker. For Spider Slayer's turn, I did opt to target the Penny and use the special as opposed to the ultimate into the Mephisto. Because of the health of the other team, I figured I can at least kill several of the members first. Lizard's gonna use the special into the Mephisto, and the Green Goblin Classic Ping was able to take out Penny. The counterattacks do end up taking out the Peter B. Parker, and now we have a very easy kill on the Mephisto. For stage 4, we're going to test out the Masters of Evil with Northstar. This usually does work in the previous Cosmic Crucible seasons, however this one here is very difficult because of the damage increase. They all go into stealth, so it's very hard to pick and choose who your targets are, but let's go ahead and see what happens in this matchup. Titania will be going first in this matchup. I'm going to target the enemy rogue and use the ultimate so I can get disrupt and the ability block on her. So here Kang's passive ends up proccing. That does end up taking all of the X-Men characters into stealth except for the rogue because we got that disrupt on her. Kang does end up using the special into the dorm so we can at least get slow on Forge and Gambit. When it gets to Moonstone's turn, I do end up using the ultimate on the rogue. That is unfortunate, but I was at least able to get a turn meter rewind on the Nightcrawler. When it gets to Absorbing Man's turn, I stay targeted on the rogue and I opt to use the ultimate here. The Nightcrawler ends up using the special on us. That doesn't get the stun on us, however that does fill up the turn meter of the X-Men characters. Dorm ends up getting the special off, so he does have the charges on him as well. For Titania's turn, I target the Nightcrawler and I use the special. It finally gets to Northstar's turn and we're able to use the ultimate. Now that it's Kang's turn, I end up targeting the Gambit and using the ultimate for the Kangbang. Unfortunately, it didn't do as much damage as I would have hoped. Here Forge ends up using the ultimate. He ends up getting the buffs on the X-Men characters and healing them up. It's pretty much over here. I'm going to try to do as much damage as I can, and I'll just go in for a cleanup after this. For the cleanup, I'm going to use the 3-piece Secret Defenders, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and Captain Britain. Because I didn't need Captain Britain elsewhere, I was able to slot him in here. You can probably get away with Ms. Margaret Harlot if you have her in offense, or take out the Cosmic Ghost Rider and the Captain Britain and just throw in the Eternals. That would work just as well. Black Cat will be going first here. Because the charges from the dorm, that does end up flipping her death proofs into bleeds, unfortunately. So she does end up targeting the Forge and use the special. That gets the trauma stun on the Forge, and that does end up killing the dorm. For Ghost Rider Robbie, we target the Rogue and use the special, so we can get the ability block on her. Photon also uses the special on the Rogue, so that way we can get blinds out there. Cosmic Ghost Rider's turn is up. We use the special. That does get the stun on the Rogue as well. For Captain Britain, the only target we have is the Forge, so we end up using the ultimate on him. That does kill him off. Black Cat uses the ultimate into the Gambit to get the kill on him, and now we have a very easy cleanup on the Rogue. For stage 5, we have the Darkhold Daken teams. We're going to go back to our old reliable of Kestrel, Ironman Infinity War, Emma, Spider-Weaver, and Nova. Because the Daken is here, we can't use 2099, so we're subbing out the 2099 for the Emma Frost. The Spider-Weaver is going to be going first here. We're going to target the Quicksilver and use the ultimate so we can get the trauma stun on him. For Nova's turn, we're going to end up targeting the Wong and use the special, so that way we can get that stun on Wong. For Kestrel's turn, we target the Quicksilver and use the special, and that does end up taking out the Quicksilver. Emma Frost is up, we're going to use the special, and that does end up hitting into a defense down, so we get the Kestrel ping to take out the Daken. Ironman Infinity War is going to use the special to get the ability block on Morgan, and that does a very nice rebound chain. Kestrel is going to use the ultimate into the Morgan Le Fay, that gets the kill on her, and now we have a very easy cleanup on Wong and Agatha. So we did end up losing this matchup. I kind of figured as much when I ended up dropping those 5 attacks. That's kind of a lot to come back to, especially when you have an offensive heavy list like I did. I'm going to be using a different defense for my round 2 matchup. I have Illuminati back on defense, so I'm going a little bit more turtle. However, I do have that Mercs for money for offense. Depending how that goes, we'll see if that ends up making that defense options list. I'm still experimenting on this first week. Alan did a great job though with a 49,380 points to my 48,182 points. So we got a well-deserved win. Congrats to you. Let's go ahead and check out the defenses to see what happened though. For stage 1, I end up using the Cabal team with Ultimus and Vulture into the Old Man Logan Black Knight. This got me at 8370. For stage 2, I end up using my Illuminati without Captain Britain. This was into the Superior 6 team. This got me at 8369. For stage 3, I went in with the double sack into the Spider Society Mephisto. I end up cleaning that up with the Superior 6 team. This got me a 7564. For stage 4, I end up trying out the Masters of Evil with Northstar into the Extreme X-Men Rogue Dorm. That didn't go well, so I was able to clean that up with the Secret Defenders. This got me a 7959. For stage 5, I end up using the Pegasus Weaver Nova hybrid combo into that Darkhold team. This ended up getting me at 8368. And for stage 6, I had issues where I was testing out the Mercs for Money team into the Annihilators. I ended up throwing Apocalypse in with them and that did end up working. This got me a 7562. As for my defenses, my opponent did the double sack into the Hive Mind Mephisto team. Then they were able to clean that up using the New Warriors with Guardian. This got them a 7568. For stage 2, my opponent used the same team I did into their Darkhold, which is that Pegasus Weaver Nova hybrid combo. This got them at 8367. For stage 3, my opponent ended up using their Apocalypse, Red Hulk, and several other plug-and-play characters into that Black Order Quicksilver team. This ended up getting them at 8368. For stage 4, my opponent ended up using their Secret Defenders with Cosmic Ghost Rider into the Spider Society team. This got them at 8361. For stage 5, my opponent went in with their Cabal team, Kang, and Titania. This was into my Extreme X-Men with Black Knight. This got them at 8364. And for stage 6, my opponent ended up using their Illuminati team into my Annihilators Super Skrull team. This got them at 8351, which is a fairly low efficiency score with that. So as you see, I had a lot of things that I still had left over on offense to where I was able to use Captain Britain later on as a cleanup. I really don't like the fact that I had to do that, and I was doing a lot of testing on that stage 6 team right away that you guys kind of saw. So as far as the alterations that I made to my defense, I did end up pulling my Secret Defenders off of defense. I ended up throwing Illuminati on defense, so I was able to get that team back. And the Mercs for Money APOC I think is going to be a very solid counter into the Annihilators team, and having it like I did last season, where they have to pick and choose where they're using their Illuminati, either on my Annihilators team or on my Illuminati team. I think that's going to be a pretty good play, so I'm going to do some testing on this, and we'll come back with that defense options video, and I'm going to kind of give a quick recap of how my defense performed, what I went against, and hopefully I can have some pretty good defenses for mid-game and end-game players. Now, if you did like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.